Alrighty, we are live for game one of this first round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. So it is game one of all of the 2025 Stanley Cup Playoffs. Hang on one second here. Just getting everything up. I did take a quick double look. What a great start, by the way. I took a quick double look, checking out. Yo, Democrat Swede, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I took a look at every record I could find for this season. I do not believe St. Louis has beat Winnipeg. Doesn't really mean much now that we are in the finals. Predict this goal scorer, please. Perfetti. First goal scorer? Honestly, this is a tough one for me because I haven't done much watching of either team. I have to go and look. I'd go Jets though. Ooh. I honestly don't think you're making a bad call there. I'm trying to look at it, all the everybody points wise, goal wise, 27, 24. Chef Shifley has been deadly. Same with Kyle Connor. I'd say you're not making a bad call, but Shifley or Connor on a power play would probably be my guess. Winnipeg 5-2. St. Louis, I said my final prediction for this game tonight as well. Yeah, I'm taking. I mean 5-2. Actually, I could agree with you on everything right there. I'm definitely taking Winnipeg in this series. Like I could see Winnipeg winning in five, if not a sweep. Um, Tonight 5-2 Winnipeg. I can agree with that 100%. So yeah, I mean 5-on-5. I'd kind of coin toss it across everybody for Winnipeg. I think Winnipeg gets first goal. Um, my guess is it's going to be a Winnipeg power play that scores first. So you're going to be one of your top two, three guys on the power play. We'll end up getting the first goal. So that's my thinking, at least at the moment. Hoping I can find multiple feeds so that I could see which one is timed up a little bit better. We'll keep both running for now and see what happens. But yeah, I do want to say, because I haven't done the bracket yet, so before I even watch the first game, I'm taking Winnipeg over St. Louis, and I'm taking Colorado over Dallas in six. And then I haven't looked at the East much, but then I'm taking us over Minnesota and LA over what is it, Edmonton? I know I shot the bracket. Yeah. I think Vegas versus LA is gonna be tough, but I don't see Winnipeg losing to St. Louis or Colorado or even Dallas. You have, yeah, okay. You have Canes winning it all. I mean, never say never. That's a choice. I don't know. I really can see it being a Winnipeg Washington final. Um, I mean, I think it's going to end up Tampa Toronto in the second round. And yeah, I'd probably take Washington Carolina in the second round. I don't know. I see Washington making it for a while. Dallas, Edmonton, and Florida, Carolina. Hey, cheers to that. I gotta say, I definitely I'm seeing it a little bit differently. But like I said, I have like probably Tampa, Washington versus LA and Winnipeg. And then I'm not sure who to take right now out of the West, but probably Washington out of the East. So, like I said, either Washington, LA, or Washington, Winnipeg. LA has just been like, they're going to be tough. Like, right off the bat, I already know my feed is going to be behind because the normal feed is, for some reason, repeatedly, like, just buffering. So, unfortunately, I got to go about it a different way. Yo, Jesus, what's up, buddy? Oh, no, this is going to be fantastic, brother. Two great games to start it off, too. Because I think Winnipeg's about to go wild, and then Colorado and Dallas are going to beat the hell out of each other. Edmonton have a good offense, though. You have Edmonton in 4. They do, but I just, if LA plays as heavy as they were towards the end of the season there, and they just start smashing people, Edmonton has a short temper, which tends to draw penalties. Not saying LA doesn't, but Edmonton, if they're not getting friendly refs, then the penalties are gonna kill them, and LA can just, if they just beat them down, they slow them down. So I think I said if LA plays as big as they know how to, it's gonna be tough for Edmonton. Under 6, just had a chili dog. Right, nice word. Okay, well, who mounted? Nice word, buddy. Just had a little something. Eventually, probably towards finals time, I'll end up having a little bit of bourbon for the game. All right, guys, they're coming onto the ice. Trying to figure out, like I said, still trying to figure out which feed to watch. Probably do it this way, actually. For whatever reason, they just don't have the game on there. Anyway, But yeah, I'm not dead. I said the only thing that sucks is my typical feed is not working for me, so I'm probably gonna be like 60 seconds behind the live feed, which is always a pain in the ass. Okay. That's why, yeah, I got that. Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. I use that as well as Stream East, as well as a bunch of other different guys. And they just, maybe not a bunch, but a couple of other different guys. And like I said, that's the only thing is it works fantastic. The only problem is that it's typically delayed by 40 seconds to a minute, which I really have no complaints about with it. Like I said, obviously being a free feed, it's just matter of fact, you know what I mean? It's I'm complaining because I want to. That's about all it is. Let's be real. All right. My sound's not working. Huh. Blues over Jets, really, Humpty? Hey, man, more power to you. I don't know why I have no sound. Same old same, buddy. How you doing, Humpty? I have zero sound. I don't know what's going on. I guess I'm watching the game in silence because, as we were just talking about webcast working great, I have zero audio. I actually enjoy hearing the national anthem, but I guess we're just not doing that. Oh yeah, how is everybody's Saturday going? I just realized it is the weekend. Man, been up since real early. Had to get the niece to the airport. And I definitely was riding along for that so I could hang out with her for a couple extra minutes. Celebrini, Eklund, Intermission going to the World Championship in Sweden. I didn't see that. Right on. No, shout out. Good shout out is what I was trying to say. Celebrini is nasty. Like Eklund, we all know Eklund, but Celebrini was nasty. Absolutely, Humpty. I'm with you on that. Kings over Oilers. Like I said, I got it. To get out of the West, I see it being LA, Winnipeg. And to get out of the East, I see it being Washington, Tampa. I will show you in a minute, brother. It's going to take a minute, Humpty, but I'll show you in a sec. Um, hang on. No, it sounded like it was. It absolutely was. Oh, you better believe I have pictures of delicious food. I just got to make sure I got everything else hidden. So you got those. That's most of them. I think we'd already thrown some plate NHL since free radio for the game at least. Yeah, sweet. That's 100%. And I love the Vegas Knights NHL radio broadcast, but yeah, it's part of the watch along is the watch along, but I've done excuse me. I've done that before with the radio. Then you can see that gorgeous smoke ring around the edges right there. You gotta love it. And then I thought I had another set, but this was, I think, before I sauced them. But yeah, baby, we had some. Yeah, I don't know why my audio just isn't working for the game right now. Something's going on. I'll try and get it fixed during intermission. But so far, we're a minute and a half in. No shots on net. Battle at the low boards. Winnipeg's going to control it. Oh, yeah, Humpty. Oh, I got to do it to you, Humpty. I also just cooked up 4 pounds of chicken breast that came out like, dude, it's the juiciest white meat chicken you've ever had. That isn't like perfectly fried chicken. Dude, Shifley just took old boy out. Damn. I'll be trying to bounce back and forth throughout the series. I'll do better at getting a lot of the guys' names down. Be a little bit better in Colorado, Dallas. Winnipeg dumps it deep, chasing. Oh, I'm on the Blues, aren't I? Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna leave the Blues up because I haven't watched. I don't think I've watched St. Louis at all. If besides playing Golden Knights. Down to the low corner. St. Louis can't clear it. They get it back behind. St. Louis moving up the ice, dumping it deep. Winnipeg chasing. Hellebuck plays it, misplays it, and just overskated by Joseph for St. Louis. Had a great opportunity off. Oh, I'm super rusty, dude. Absolutely. I'm fat. I ain't been working out. My brain's just completely covered in gunk. Like 100%. It's gonna take a couple of days to knock the rust off. Kyrou dumps it deep, just avoids a massive hit. But Winnipeg has the puck headed back up the other way into St. Louis zone on the high wall. No help. Everybody went for a change. There comes the help. Reaching in. Puck still below Bennington. Perfetti gets tripped as he tries to go. No call. Winnipeg trying to drive the net. Goes all the way around. Back behind Bennington. Trying to play it into the corner. Just gets stomped. All right, dude. Oh, I already got that taken care of. Don't you worry about that. It's going to kick in a minute, I promise. Winnipeg still keeping it in. I said, we got a hand pass. So, looks like puck's coming out to neutral. But yeah, Bennington plays the backhand. Who is that for the Jets? Demelo has to reach out for it. And it almost gets taken. Oh, that was Perfetti that just got... He just got wrecked. Who hit him? That was Shen. See, like I said, the more I see the numbers and the names, I'll start getting it down. But, dude, this has already been a brutal game. And we're 4 minutes into it. Puck back by Bennington. St. Louis misplays it. They're going to keep it deep, send it up the low board. Winnipeg keeps it in. Shot on Bennington. Gloves it, but it comes right out. St. Louis still looking to clear, and they finally do. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, trust me. I did I was here for the final Vegas game with that pen. Bro, I barely even cracked the rust. That was tough. I'm not going to lie to you. The 7 o'clock games are still tough for me. Even though I've been here all season, all year. Dude, Sheffley just eats absolute ass while he's running down the low boards. Oh, yeah. And Winnipeg's all for it. Jets get it up the ice into the St. Louis zone. Big hit down low. Who was that? Laurie just fucking dropping bodies. Big shot, hits bodies up front. Bennington gets a kick save off the rebound up to the high point. Low corner, odd angle. Looks like it goes up and out of net. Dude. Okay, who hit him who is that? Because that was... Oh, yeah, Mumble Stumble was exactly it. Dude, Laurie just smashed old boy. I think it's Smith? Suter. I definitely misread that name. But he just demolished old boy on the low boards. Dude, trust me, my brain's going to be complete mush in about 3 days. So, I said the only names I know everybody are the Golden Knights. Everybody else, I'll have to get down as the series go through. St. Louis clears it at the red line. Gets it across into Jet zone. Up, shot. Hellebuck saves it. He doesn't see the rebound. Oh, who was just taken down? So one of the Jets was just taken down on the high wall. I'm very curious to see the replay on that. St. Louis gets it deep. Hellebuck plays it to the high corner. Back around to the low corner. Jets just, another, a rather late follow-up hit. Who is that? Bolduc for St. Louis just, Winnipeg, they got a stick down. Shout out to Falk for blocking that shot wide open in the center of the ice between the dots. Big save, Bennington. Puck headed back the other way. Shen beats everybody. Puck up, another big hit. Oh, fellas, welcome to playoff hockey. Oh, how we have waited for this. Neutral zone, Winnipeg trying to get it back and forth. They're going to send it deep back to Hellebuck. Everybody's going for a change. Morrissey up to the high wall. Throwing it deep. Bennington to play it. Backhands it over. Swing and a miss. Jets are at it. Oh, looks like the Blues are going to go the other way. Who is that? Shifley and Iafallo. Jets headed back the other way. Connor dumps it. St. Louis is going to end up with it. Blues chasing it right back up the ice. Into the zone. Low point. Trying to reach it across, and they do not connect. Who you got winning this series? Ted, I got Winnipeg. I'm giving it 5 games for Winnipeg to beat them. What are your thoughts on it? Jets streaking all the way across, and they don't connect in front of Bennington. Puck going back the other way. St. Louis, that was okay. He got it away, no offsides. Jets heading up. Cross into the zone, dumping it. What's that? Yep. Lowry fighting. Jets, low point. Blues have it. They're going to throw it back up the ice and head the other way. Dump it deep. Big hit. Stanley. Who's that? Stands up Joseph. Goes back to the low point. Throwing it down. Goes wide. Winnipeg with the rebound. But we're going to get our first penalty of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We have an interference on Winnipeg. I missed it. So I am very curious to see what the interference call was. It's looking like we're going to have to come back from, we're coming back from commercial before I see it. But if it's that, we're going to get our first peek into the refereeing. Oh, but Ted, I think I was saying earlier, I think it's going to be Winnipeg and LA to get out of the West, and Washington, Tampa to get out of the East. Still got to make my decision on who wins it. I was going to do that earlier, like do a whole thing for it, but like I said, I wouldn't trade hanging out with my niece for a week for anything, but I didn't realize what week she was coming out, and so I should have gotten everything done a lot sooner. And that is 100% on me, because Humpty actually like told me, "Hey, loser, get going on this," and then I didn't do it. So 100% on me that stuff that I had planned for the start of this didn't get done, but plan on being here for every game at least. We got a couple of double ups over the next couple of days, so we'll be seconds. We're going to have to decide which is going to be the main screen and which is going to be the side screen. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured that would just be a cross check, but Shen came across the front and just blasted old boys. Hey, it's tough because I do think it's going to be Washington Winnipeg, and I want an American team to win, and I want my boy to do good, but I think it's going to be Winnipeg lifting the cup this year. All right, Jets send it back. Blues headed up the ice. He's going to leave it back. Cross the red into the zone. Tries to swing it around. Stops up behind Hellebuck. Blues have it up to the point. Low dot. Lot of traffic. They get it to the high dot. He shoots and he scores. St. Louis goes on the board first. Let's see, 9:30 in the first, and the first game of the first round. We have our first goal. Power play goal by Robert Thomas for St. Louis. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Hang on. I don't have. We got to do that again. Hang on. I didn't realize I didn't have this. Ah, crap. Hang on. Hang on. Which media source is that, though? Washington's past Canadians, no way. Getting past Hurricanes, you think? Hey, you and Swede had the same opinion, actually. Okay, hang on. Let me. I gotta do this real quick. Clap, clap. Okay. Let's try that again. Think Blues get 155 goals under. No, it's. I'm trying to. My keypad is my. Sets off all my stuff, and I forgot to click out of it. I do that on the occasion. But so first goal for St. Louis, Robert Thomas. We'll just do that. I'm not gonna do the assist. Oh shit. Okay, I forgot to size it and everything. Hang on. Oh, I forgot I gotta do it like that. Damn. Okay, I'll set that up later. I messed up. Shit, hang on. Let me see if I can do something about it right. Nope. Okay, I can't pause it. Never mind. I'll figure that out another time. Whatever. See, I try and do things, but I'm kind of too stupid to do things on occasion. And to be honest, that's on me. But it's funny. I thought Winnipeg was going to get the first goal. And I thought I called it being on a power play, but it was St. Louis that got the first power play. Hey, tell you what, Humpty, like here, hang on to my arm. Hey, hold on to that real quick. Hang on to this. Stop twisting it. Stop twisting it. I'll do what you tell me. Okay. I don't have a whole lot left in this thing. We'll leave it out. Yeah, there's really not much left in that, unfortunately. We are. Oh, it was a delayed offside. I thought Winnipeg played it. Guess not. But we're looking at 8 minutes to go in the first period. Shots are 4-2 St. Louis Blues winning 1-0. They definitely twisting around. 100%, man. You saw it. It's on video, bro. I've got evidence. It's the penalties are gonna be a big factor this year. 100% that was a penalty on Shen. Great job taking advantage by St. Louis, taking advantage of the power play. Honestly, looking, I was expecting a little bit more activity. It's surprising to me that 12 minutes in, Jets have 2 shots on goal. But that's a shout out to St. Louis defense. A lot of sticks getting in lanes. You had the loose puck right in front of the net, right between the dots. Good stick in the way, sends it out of play. Hitting bodies up front. Now, Winnipeg hasn't had the best opportunities at net, but Bennington's been there. He's keeping his pads glued to the ice. He's doing well. Oh yeah, absolutely. The talent, dude, the talent in the goalkeepers alone this year. Just, I mean, even looking at teams who didn't make it, like Wolf out of Calgary was fantastic. Um, like Vasilevsky is always good. My boy Logan Thompson, my boy Aiden Hill, Samsonov was a great backup. Our third, Akira Schmidt, has been fantastic. Kemper has been fantastic. Lankinen had some games that were like beyond outstanding. Hellebuck, Bennington, Ottinger. I mean, just keep going through the list, dude. Just the goalie talent alone in the playoffs this year is incredible. And then you add on the scoring ability, a lot of the size in a lot of these guys, the speed this year. Like, it's going to be a fantastic next couple of weeks watching the playoffs. And tomorrow's a special day. Shot down. It's going to be icing. Oh, it was a delayed offsides. I don't know why I thought it was icing. Probably because that was one of the longer delayed offsides I've seen in a while. St. Louis sets, low dot, storming in backhand. Hellebuck kicks it off. You got to hit a point. Of course, I'm going to mention his name when I'm giving out goalie compliments. I knew it was coming, though. St. Louis trying to get it out front. They get it to the point. Quick shot. No go. Low dot. Back to the point. Big shot. Goes wide. Oh. You got to stop deleting shit when it stays right there. We got a penalty, or is it just an icing? Said I have no idea why I have no audio. What do they call a high stick? I legitimately didn't even see him get hit if that was the call. A little slash. Slashing. The slashing was the call. Okay, I was confused for a minute there. Winnipeg getting the power play. Here we go. Whoever sets up on the dot and St. Louis gives a little bit of space, that's who's going to score for Winnipeg. Ain't going to take much. St. Louis wins the face-off. And comments in this chat, accepting you're showing on the chat. I didn't know that, but see, Winnipeg right away, and it wasn't off the dot. Scheifele puts it in from the baseline on the Winnipeg power play. We are back to an even ball game. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Jets goal. I'm trying to figure out. See if I mute this. See, I'm trying to pause it so I'll have to figure that out another time. So, for Winnipeg, Mark Scheifele with the goal. Power play goal. Then assist by Connor and a secondary assist by Morrissey. Yay. Like I said, we'll have to figure this out later. It might have been, to be honest with you. I didn't see it. I thought he got it off the angle or got it off the goalie, but he might have. I just saw him. I mean, it was quick. He was in the corner with it, and then boom, it was in the net. Yes, sir, Swedes. Oh, already breaking up. Big shot. Big save, Bennington. Oh, I got to see names. Hang on. Who'd he just shut down? Anderson Dolan just had a break off the low dot, and Bennington. Best BP. Yeah. Oh, tip out front from a shot off the point. Another goal completely takes me by surprise. I was just looking up to read chat, and boom, with 5 minutes to go, just under 5 minutes to go, Winnipeg up 2-1 after going down first about halfway through. Puck comes off the boards, goes high boards, high corner, out to the point, and the shot from the point gets tipped. Who is that? Barron just out front. Good stick and not a thing that Bennington could do. I gotta refresh this. They don't even have the goal up yet. I want to call out. I know Barron got the goal score, but dude, just real quick. Like I said, there was nothing Bennington could do from that. St. Louis just let the Jets get right to the front of the net with a wide open guy dead center on the point. Like, not saying that's always going to be a goal, but that is always bad news. Puck went around the net, and all of St. Louis drifted and just left the net up front wide open. Dude, Winnipeg, another shot. Iafallo goes wide. Winnipeg right back to controlling in the St. Louis zone. Loses the puck, fights through, and still gets it. Is that Connor? That is. Just a beast. Another shot from the point. His body's out front. St. Louis, instead of just getting it out, dumps it deep, but it works out for him. It's tipped. No icing. And here come the Jets back the other way. So Robert, who is that? Barron with Shen and Gustafson on the assists. St. Louis steals it in the neutral zone, heads back the other way. David Gustafson. Hey. Puck back in. There, I gotta get. Dude, I'm trying, but I need my box score up so I could see. Lowry down deep, low corner, back up the low wall, gets smashed as he sends the puck out of the zone. Dude, I have been waiting, counting down the days for hockey. And here we are. St. Louis into the zone, tries to get it deep into the low corner. Back to the low point. Kicks it down. Winnipeg's going to get it. Trying to get out of their own zone. Contact on the high wall. Who is that? Defenseman. DeMello. Who is DeMello? I should know that already. Ooh, a little battle in neutral. St. Louis gets in. Cuts across. Shot. Hits bodies out front. St. Louis low dot hits bodies out front again. Big cross check out front. No call. Puck flops through and St. Louis ties it up. I've got the app up that way because I don't have enough space for too much. So I have the app up on the phone. I just got to keep looking down and forget that I'm doing other stuff. Appreciate that though, sweet. Dude. That puck, that first shot from the top of the high dot. Good job getting a stick on it by Barron. Puck ends up going through and it bounces off. Who'd that bounce off of? Shen. It bounces off of Shen. Goes right to the dot. Oh, this is what we've been waiting for, Swede. Definitely didn't expect 4 goals in 19 minutes in this game. That is for sure. But whoa. So, yeah, no kidding. Oh, big hit. 2 big hits. 3 big hits. St. Louis is going after Winnipeg. 72-12 for St. Louis. Just smashing people. Falk. Faxa. Oh, and we're going to have a little battle. I know who that is. Niederreiter. He was one of the dudes that got absolutely drilled, and he took it twice. Oh, absolutely declared, man. Sound the horns. Horns. Fucking light the beacons, man. Gondor calls for aid. This is a battle. And this isn't even the game I'm excited about. Like, dude, Tampa, Florida, let's go. Toronto, Ottawa, let's go. LA, Edmonton, Dallas, fucking Colorado. Bro, round 1 all around the league should be like this every single game. I am so excited. Like I said, man, counting down the days until we had full speed, full scale, full violence hockey. Nah, this ain't even the one I'm waiting for. No, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for this game, but this ain't the game that I'm waiting for the contact for. I'm like, I'm here, like, I want clean hockey. I don't want guys in the box all the time. But yeah, I want all the games. I'm looking forward to every set. Like, playoff hockey this time of year is my favorite time of year. Hands down. Hockey on all the time. Truly the best of the best going at it. Ooh, Shen's got his parents in sitting on the bench, and he's already responsible for 2 goals. Quote unquote. Because he went to the box that gave them the St. Louis the first one off the power play. And then the second goal, Shen stopped, had a chance to swat at and whiffed at it. St. Louis clears it. Jets get it right back, and we're going to have a little neutral zone back and forth. Winnipeg ends up with it up the high wall, right back up the center, cutting back. Shoots. Bodies out front, stop the puck. St. Louis headed back. It looks like they're going to ice the puck. Yes, they ice it. 38.3 seconds to go in the first. Shots are 8-6 St. Louis. Oh, you're Florida. It's not even the game you're rooting for. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like, this is the, oh yeah, this is the first game, huh? Game for me. See if I can get anything out of it. I'll have to go take a little puck up front. Chaos drill. Quick pause. Well, with the pen, I got to, and here we go. Everybody's wrapped up, going at it. They're sending somebody. Oh, how many hits at that? I misread that. I totally misread that. 36 total hits as of right now. Dude, is that Penix? Just decided to, dude, for whatever reason, Penix was just like, you know what, neighbors? Fuck you. And just yanked his ass around. Like, I have, oh no, it's Pionk. I thought I read that wrong. Pionk just fucking went and ripped dude from behind just because, you know what? I don't like you. No more on offense. Hey, I got to save that thing. There's not much left. But yeah, as of right now, hits are 23-13 St. Louis. But the good news is, like, even though I don't have the all right. Oh yeah. I did hit it again though. But I don't have much of that. I do have some stuff I gotta go outside for, but we're gonna look at some stats real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna take the cheaper way out than rolling one, but you know what I mean. But let's look at some stuff real quick, because that was a crazy first period, man. Shots. Let's see. St. Louis 9, Winnipeg 6. 58.8% face-off goes to St. Louis. You do have one penalty kill for Winnipeg, but 2 out of 3 power plays have been scored on. Yeah, we're going to end with 37 hits. St. Louis has 24, Winnipeg has 13. And you know what? This is one of the few times I could say, all right, yeah. Because Winnipeg had a couple of good shots in there, but St. Louis has been going ape shit. Niederreiter, bro. These guys are just, they're taking heads, they're taking names, they're kicking ass, they're chewing bubblegum, all that good shit. You got Winnipeg with 10 block shots, St. Louis with 5. I am surprised by that. I would have thought St. Louis had more than 5 block shots, considering the Jets only have 6 shots on goal. I thought I have seen a lot more. Yeah, after first, bro. But I thought I saw more attempts from Winnipeg. Obviously not. So Winnipeg is struggling to get pucks to the net, plain and simple. When they do, they're typically on the ice, easy kick saves for Bennington. Bennington's made 1 or 2 saves that were actually kind of difficult saves, but for the most part, it hasn't been much of a challenge. So how many fights do you think in this series? Not many. Not many. There'll be a lot that are close, but playoffs are treated a little bit different, so maybe 1 or 2, maybe. But yeah, Winnipeg, I mean, they got their goals, 1 off the power play, 1 off the tip from the point. And that actually, the second goal is going to be exactly like my example for what Winnipeg needs to do. It's the same thing I say Vegas needs to do all the time. Pucks to the net, bodies to the net. Crash the crease, get pucks down there. If you're at the point, if your defensemen are at the point and nobody's in front of the net, don't shoot the puck. Give it a second. Move. Pass. Let guys get around in front for the rebound or for the tip. All right. Now, with theirs, they didn't need to wait because as the puck went from behind the net to the high wall, the guys wrapped around and actually got in front of the net. And so that way the tip was easy. It was St. Louis didn't close down the lane at all. It was perfectly set up to be a great tip. St. Louis basically just needs to keep doing what they're doing, man. They're hitting the shit out of Winnipeg, and Winnipeg's gonna get tired. Start second on power play, yeah. Yeah, that was Pionk just deciding. Like I said, he Neighbors was just kind of standing there, and dude went up from behind him, wrapped around his neck, took and like tried to rip him down, and it was like, bro, like love thy neighbor, like come on, what are you doing, man? So dumbass mistake for Winnipeg, considering St. Louis is already 1 for 2 on the power play, but emotions are already high. Oh shit, something's going on with my knee. What the hell is that? I don't know if I just got a cramp or what, dude. All of a sudden, I couldn't straight out my knee for a second there. That was weird. Oh, yeah. So, real quick to keep going through the stats, giveaways are 6-5 Jets, not good. Takeaways are 2-1 St. Louis. But have seen Winnipeg winning a shootout in regular season. Winnipeg does tend to win on, but they've been close games. Oh yeah, old fat and dumb. I said my brain is completely collapsed because I haven't eaten out. Like I eat out once every couple of months, maybe. But since my niece was in town, we were doing a bunch of stuff. We were going to different places. I completely abandoned everything, and we've just been eating out like crazy. And so my brain is just, it's, a bike tire running in mud, dude. It is, it's the wheels turning, but the hamster's dead. Like, the hamster runs on IQ points and he's starved to death type deal. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. All right. Just because you're telling me to. Let's see what we got on intermission real quick. What are we looking at? 11 and a half. I'll go in a second. Looking at a couple of the replays real quick because Suter and fuck, is it Niederreiter? Yeah, we're going at it, but that's because Suter beat the shit out of Niederreiter on the high wall. And then I don't know who it was. I want to say it was 71. Joseph came in from behind and absolutely smashed Niederreiter for a second time. Like, dude, St. Louis, again, is doing exactly what they need to do. Hit the shit out of them. Like I said, when you look at how Winnipeg scored, first one was power play. Second one was Winnipeg getting back to the front of the net. So if St. Louis just gets back to the front of the net, that opportunity's not there. But even then, it was a great tip. Winnipeg got it. And they've been shutting down those opportunities because Winnipeg hasn't been doing fantastic getting the puck to the net. I appreciate you, Humpty. So yeah, what I would expect in the second period is honestly St. Louis scoring on the power play. If they don't, then Winnipeg might have a little more skip to the step. They're in Winnipeg. So that may turn things a little bit differently, but with if St. Louis scores, like Winnipeg's gonna have to turn up the volume and in a big way. Like I said, St. Louis has almost twice as many hits as they do. They're gonna need to go out and straight up just smash. Otherwise, they're gonna be tired by the end of the game. So it was off. Was is that Suter stick? Yep. So yeah, you did call it. Fucking pumped up. Me too, dude. Uh, Shifley put it off a Suter stick. So you were right. It was off a Blues player. And like that one, there was nobody down the lane. Bennington saw it the whole way until it got tipped. Yeah. I mean, I said their two goals, they were good goals. But one was off a power play and then the tip up at the front. The tip up at the front is a breakdown by St. Louis. Like I said, you left a lane wide open from the point, dead center of the dots, and you let a guy stand in front of your goalie. That's bad defense on the part of St. Louis. And it started with the puck being behind the net. So once they got the puck cleared behind the net, everybody, instead of circling around front and getting the defenseman back up front, at least one of them, everybody went away. They either, I have to see it again, but they either got drawn by the puck or they completely left the middle open. So that's a good job on Winnipeg, bad job on St. Louis. Other than that, it's a power play. Your shots are what they are. Winnipeg has a fantastic power play. You know, you make up for that by at least getting 1 or 2 on St. Louis power plays. From Blues, big mistake. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I was expecting it to be somewhat close games because throughout the season they were. But I wasn't expecting 4 goals in 18 minutes. You know what I mean? Right. I am going to take you up on that, Humpty. I'll be back in a minute here. Hit you with the BRB screen while I run out. All right. Stop the timer real quick. Get that reset. Go. And we are back. I gotta figure out how to lower the delay between me and the chat, cause yeah, I am coming back. But no, I cooked up a couple of pounds of chicken today, so I had it all sliced up and cooling down, so I had to put that away real quick. At least get it bagged up. So no, I promise that ain't taking up my whole time for intermission. We'll see what's going on when the game ends, because Colorado Dallas is supposed to start at 5:30, but we know it's going to be delayed till after this game. So if this game ends and they still have like a 10 or 15-minute countdown, then I'm going to take some time then. The hard part is I'm used to multiple games to comment on. I wasn't for a long time, but now I got used to it. Winnipeg able to get it out of their own zone. 120 on the power play for St. Louis. Man, my eyes barely ever get red anymore. That was 15 years ago, Timmy. Winnipeg trying to get it out, and they do. He's trying to break down. It's going to be a hard wraparound. Winnipeg challenge shorthanded. He's trying to get it. Just trying to keep it on the wall. St. Louis gets it. Offside St. Louis with 45 seconds to go on the power play. Dude. Replay of all the hits. I love it. Ah, what I'm here for, baby. That's what I'm here for. Almost a minute gone in the second period. Shots are 9-7 St. Louis. Down to 40 seconds on the Blues power play. Into the Winnipeg zone. Down to the low boards. Up to the point. High point. Shot. Score! St. Louis. And as expected, St. Louis scores on the power play. And now Winnipeg has one option. And that is bust open a fat keg of whoop ass. Jordan Kyrou for the power play goal. Dude. Hang on. Buck went all the way to the boards. Like I said, straight to the point, down, and he just you had the help coming across the top, but he was just too far out. Great shot though. I've been all season I've been preaching aim for just past the ears of the goalie. Like there's obviously time to go 5-hole. There's obviously time to, try and beat him inside the elbow. But I preach going corners. Dude, less than 2 minutes to go in the second period. It's already 3-2, bro. Oh, and we're going to get a trip on St. Louis delayed. I follow trying to get it around the boards. And it's touched by St. Louis. And we're getting another Winnipeg power play. Oh, it's getting good, fellas. It's getting good. It's crazy that I said it. We all know the power play was going to make a difference, but 3 of 5 goals are power play goals right now. That's going to be a trip every time. Parayko into the box. St. Louis gets it, clears it. Behind Hellebuck. Jets break out. Pionk up the middle. Or, nope. We're going to get it down the low wall. Behind the net. Good wrap to get the pass. Could not connect. Who was that? Number 7 for the Jets, losing it. Winnipeg able to keep it in, though. Namestnikov. I'm never going to remember that. Just throwing it out there. Big shot. Doesn't make it through the bodies out front of the crease. Strawberry colada, Geek Bar. Actually. Across the point. Toss down low. Doesn't make it. Who is that? 89 for St. Louis. Made a good Bushnovich. Dude, this is one of, okay, St. Louis has too many of the guys that I can't pronounce the name, so forgive me as I try. I said I can't figure out why I don't have audio, but Follow gets it down low to the point, bringing it back. Low corner, high baseline. He's going to take it up to the dot, up to the point, back down to the high dot. Tosses it down low. Does not connect. Back to the point. He throws it out. Is that Scheifele making moves? It is. He throws it towards the net. Pretty easy play for Bennington. And Bennington's going to cover. We got 1 second left on the power play. Yeah, Humpty, it's not bad. It's not my favorite by any means, but that's why I got it. So, because when it's the ones that I really like, I just burn through them. And I really don't want to do that. So I pick more flavors that I'm not really a fan of, so I don't do that. Hey, fair enough then. I'm going to go with it. The hard part is it slows everything down because I read it first and it's like, damn. Shot and the power play is over. St. Louis holds them off. Big shot. Bennington stops it and covers. 15:44 to go in the second. Shots are 10-8. St. Louis Blues beating the Jets 3-2 in the Stanley Cup playoff opener. Ooh, off a skate. Who's that? Parayko. Tried peach? I have not. I've had the blueberry, blackberry, and the strawberry colada. That's it. Dude, Bennington is solid right now. Again, his goals, I don't have a whole lot to say. Hellebuck got beat twice. Bennington, obviously he got beat, or I guess 3 times Hellebuck, but you got beat off of your own guy's stick going up and over him. And he got beat on a tip that like no goalie stopping. So, I mean, I knew he was good, but he is locked in about as good as he can be. Trouble punches too. See, and that's the thing. I don't doubt it one bit, and that's why I don't want to try it because I have a feeling it's gonna last me a week. And those usually, because I usually like another big hit. Walker for St. Louis. Oh, Jet storming in, trying to cut in front, backhand. Bennington stays strong, puck goes wide. St. Louis gets it out of the zone. Jets are going to reset. Like, because I still have cigarettes every now and then. And so, with the vape, they last like, one of these things lasts like a month. And if it's something I like, I'll go through it in a week. And so I try to avoid that. I try not to have overly good things so that I can avoid that. St. Louis from their own zone, stretch pass all the way up, and he missed it. Thomas for St. Louis could not tip the puck in, and we're going to have a face-off for icing in front of Bennington. Dude, that was just another great stop. Tricky little move. Another big tip. I don't know if that was the one that beat him, but it looked like another big tip that went wide. St. Louis clears it. All right, blow it dead. We got a hand pass. Let's go. Get the changes on the ice. 14-19 to go in the second. Shots are 11-10 Winnipeg. St. Louis kicked out. Faxa. We got Walker in against Scheifele. St. Louis wins it. They're going to send it all the way back to Bennington. Back up the high wall. St. Louis coming out, across the red into the zone. And loses the puck. Tough go, trying to make the extra move. And we got icing on Winnipeg. Face off in front of Hellebuck. Yeah, we got some early stuff going on. Let's see, what is it? It's tomorrow's first game's at noon. So we go 12-4-7 tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day the next few days. Battle right on Hellebuck. Everybody's falling over everybody. It looks like he froze it. That's one of those I'd like to see again just for the mass confusion. And commercial break. See, I went looking for all the stuff because I thought we were already having the commercial break. Snuggerud. Oh, that one. Buchnovich. Alright, I think I got most of these. Oop. Yeah, let me look at Winnipeg real quick. Okay. Oh, absolutely, sir. I already have the next stream set up and good to go. I said the timing's going to determine when I start because Colorado Dallas doesn't start until after this game, even though it says 5:30. So I'm hoping this game will end and then they'll have like 10 minutes, 12 minutes before the next one starts. And then I can go and do a couple things, snack on something, and then come back and start up that stream. But yeah, my plan is to be live for every single uh playoff game all the way. Yeah. So we will do, I'll be doing I said the hard one is there's a couple that are like 4 and 4:30. So we'll be starting with like the 4 o'clock game. Have the 4:30 start on the second screen during intermission. Go to that one. Once the first game comes back, go back to that one. So like we'll have to be sacrificing a little bit because it'll be double screened. But we got a couple of days until then. So yeah, we got Colorado, Dallas after this game. Call it 5:30, but after this game, and then at noon it's what Carolina and New Jersey. At 4 it's Ottawa, Toronto, and then at 7 it's Golden Knights in the Wild. So double header tonight, triple header tomorrow. Hellebuck plays it, swings it around. St. Louis still looking for heads. Winnipeg needs to start answering. Are we going to have an icing? Yes, we are. Face off in front of Hellebuck. I wish I could agree with you, but like I said, for some reason I have zero audio and I don't know what it is. I am very confused by it. What I wanted to do. Yeah. I have no idea why I have no sound, but gotta deal with it. Jets breaking up the ice, dump it deep, chasing it hard. Low corner, trying to get it to the point. Gets it down low, shot from a hard angle, and Bennington shuts it down. I know, I should know who that is. Nope, 22. Appleton. Probably not a bad idea to take the shot, but that's one of the things that Winnipeg's been doing is taking a lot of the real tough angle shots. Taking shots from distance that aren't getting through bodies up front. Lot of one and dones for the Jets. Need to start getting some rebounds. 12:24 to go in the second. Shots are 12 apiece. Shifley all the way across. Dancing, Connor shoots. Stopped. I follow, fighting for it in the corner. Connor gets it to Shifley. Up to the dot. Shot. Bennington shuts it down. Winnipeg keeps it in. Low corner, low dot. Back to the low point. High point. High dot. Trying to toss it all the way across. Connor tries to get it to the net. It doesn't connect. Back to the high point. Throwing it. Connor. Big glove save by Bennington. Cut it for Jets. Absolutely. 100% Humpty. Oh, you got some fans pointing at some shit. I think they want to call for something. I'm not sure what that call would be. But Winnipeg adding 3 shots on net quickly and Bennington just shutting them down. DeMello just, fires from high on the low circle. Connor taking it down inside the low circle. And Bennington is just glove on everything. He's not shutting it though. It's hitting inside his glove and dropping out. And that's why that's why Winnipeg needs more bodies to the net because they need to start picking up these rebounds. A lot of stuff has been just popping off of Bennington and dropping right in front of him. And then he's able to cover it back up or get it out of play with zero challenge from Winnipeg. Jets get deep. High wall. St. Louis right back out. Blues now get it deep. Ooh, battling in that corner. Jets right back out. Turnover in neutral. Blues right back in. Jets. The tennis match has begun. Don't know which way to look. Jets setting up behind Hellebuck. Up the ice. Bennington to play it. St. Louis right back the other way. All the way across. Offsides if they touch it. They don't. Shuts them down. Was that Neighbors for St. Louis? Oh, he just took one. No, that's 25 for St. Louis. That's Kyrou. Dude, DeMalo just demashed somebody. St. Louis right back the other way. Looking to shoot. Big glove save, Hellebuck. Absolute sloppiness from both teams. As I said, the tennis match has begun. Kyrou destroyed Morrissey. Comes up, gets it down low. Who is that? That's one of the names. I don't know if that was Sundqvist or one of the names I can't pronounce. It was probably Sundqvist. Just couldn't get the shot on the angle. Winnipeg will score next. I'll say I don't think you're wrong. I will say taking under 6 might have been a little bit of a rough choice. But, we're here for it. Oh. Let's see something real quick. Oh, it's not quite as much water as I wish there was in there. All right, let's see where we're at. Again, shots are 15-13 Winnipeg. Face-off percentage has not changed. 58.8 to St. Louis. St. Louis 2 for 2 on the power plays. Winnipeg 1 for 2. Holy shit. St. Louis has 40 hits. We are 30 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. And St. Louis has 40 hits to Winnipeg's 24. I have never honestly really cared about the Blues, I am becoming a fan. Not like a fan, but I like this. Oh yeah, dude. Under six in Winnipeg to win. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, Blues have definitely been taking the face-offs. It hasn't even changed. See, I don't know. Bennington, I feel like Bennington's given up two, and he's become a wall, but he's bound to break. But stuff like that, St. Louis clearing a puck to the side of the net as Bennington's down on all fours, like that's how you prevent. And it's like I said, I say Bennington's just last seven. That I just Bennington, like again, I don't blame him for either of the goals that he let up. So I do feel like he will break at some point. If he does, like nothing but respect if he does not, because I feel like things are gonna get wild in the third period. Oh, absolutely mugged. And it's all clean. There have been a couple that were like, all right, maybe that one was like, oh, no penalty there. I thought that would be called a trip. And the Jets miss. Who was that? I got the wrong team up. Blues finally get it. Clears. Perfetti just has an opportunity inside the high dot and missed. 7.5 to go in the second period. Jets get it in. Chasing it down high. Shot goes wide off of bodies out front. Oh, yeah, dude. It has been. There have been penalties. They have been properly called. There have been a couple of missed cross checks in front of the net and stuff like that, which you expect. But the hits, like 40 hits, and they have all been clean. Like I said, there's been a couple that's like, all right, you took a couple extra steps and then hit them, but it wasn't nothing too bad. Mostly everything is catching Winnipeg with their head down, and it has been fantastic. Across the middle, St. Louis turning it over to the Jets inside the Jets zone. Winnipeg comes up, gets it into St. Louis territory. Down and around, battle on the low wall. Sorry, back wall up to the high point. Circles it back to the high point, tries to throw it down, hits a body up front. St. Louis tries to break the other way, and they can't do it. Sundqvist, puck's out of reach. Getting same type of officiating. Oh, exactly. Like I said, so far so good. I'm sure if I was a fan of either team, I'd have some stuff to complain about. But so far, it has been surprisingly good. Shout out. Again, anything can change at any moment, but as of right now, I'll give a shout out to this officiating crew. St. Louis, oh, poked away. Connor is just a pest. He absolutely is. He is fun to watch when he's not. As long as you're not playing him, he's really fun to watch. Shot goes up over the net. I think Hellebuck fought it off. Connor ends up with it. Scheifele up the ice, trying to chase it down. Doesn't quite get past everybody. Gets busted into the wall. Who was that? 15. Was it 17? It was 17. Fowler for St. Louis. Dude, I bet they are. I am so mad I don't have audio for this. Like, I mean, I usually have it turned down anyway, but it is rough with zero audio. Hopefully, for the next stream, I can figure out what's going on. I might have to restart the computer, but we'll see. Turnover, and the Jets get it out, but Ooh, they barely get it across. He's stumbling, fumbling, hand pass. Namastenkov is not a fan of that call, but I thought it was a hand pass in the neutral zone. I was kind of didn't seem like much, but we do have a hand pass. Be exhausted and make it 7-game series. Dude, like it's gonna be hard for St. Louis to hold this up for a lot of games. But you're right. It's going to be very hard for Winnipeg to hold up for 7 games, especially. If St. Louis can keep this energy, Winnipeg is in more trouble than I thought. And like I honestly thought it would be just because I'm looking at this season and I'm seeing how things went. Of course, there are no easy games in the playoffs. But just looking at history, I figured St. Louis would probably win 1. Winnipeg in 5, maybe 6. Maybe St. Louis wins 2. But, I mean, I'm definitely not sure anymore. Just carry this the whole series. I mean, I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just saying it's going to be hard to. Like, when your body starts getting beat to shit, you start feeling it too. Like, I'm not arguing with you that they can't. Or that they... I'm not saying that they cannot do that. All I'm saying is it's going to be hard. And if they do carry it through just like this, through this series, the next series is going to be tough. And then the third series is going to be a real son of a bitch. So it'll be interesting for sure. If St. Louis plays Winnipeg just like this and it takes 7 games, St. Louis going forward will be hella exciting to watch. 100%. Because you're going to see what guys look like when they are 100% bought in. Those only going to be sore, yeah. Hey. Icing. 4:13 to go in the second. Shots are 16-14 Winnipeg. Face-offs coming back in front of Bennington. Who, like I said, the fact that it's 3-2 is... It's crazy. It has nothing to do with Bennington, and it has everything to do with him. Because he's the reason, you can't blame him for those 2 goals, and he's the reason it's not 6-3 Winnipeg right now. Because he hasn't been challenged extremely hard, but when he has been a stud. Jets controlling in the zone, kicking it around down low to the high wall. They lose the battle. St. Louis is going to get it up the wall. They're trying to foot race, and it's icing. St. Louis is definitely not going to be happy about that one, but it was definitely icing. Joseph letting the refs know. Presence up, yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me. It's a curse. Dude, Bennington right there. Bennington beating the hell out of Perry was amazing. See, I figured when President's curse is that the President's Trophy curse is a thing, absolutely. But I don't know. But yeah, that was I want to say that was the Islanders. But it might have been the Oilers. I really can't remember at this point. Even just seeing the replay, they're blue and orange. Oh, big shot, big block. Who was that? Nemestnikov laid out and got a big block on a powerful shot just above the high circle. I hope Winnipeg wins. Yeah, 0 Canadian teams in ECOWF. I mean, Oh, yeah, no, Humpty, that clears it up way better. Good job. I use keyboard type words. Winnipeg gets it all the way up the ice, cut off. St. Louis, who is that going all the way back? Broberg. Back to the back and forth. Winnipeg getting stopped in the neutral zone. Gets it to the Mallow. Right back up the gut. Trying to take the high wall. Gets it towards the net, but misses. Mallow back down low. Low corner, and the Blues get it out. Ooh, St. Louis steals it. He's diving in. Hellebuck gets the save between the pads on the breakaway by Kyrou. Dude, you can keep deleting your failures. It's still right there for the world to see. Kyrou got it just over the stick, but it ends up getting caught up in Hellebuck's knees. We are under 2 minutes to go in the second period in the first game of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. And we are looking excited to the second game, which is the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars in round one, game one, 5:30, but reality after this game. So probably closer to like 6:05. Demi, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Happy Saturday and happy Stanley Cup kickoff, man. Little battle. Winnipeg's keeping it inside the St. Louis zone. They get it down the boards. Connor dancing with it, but he loses it. Blues gonna head right back out. Dump it deep, go for a change as Winnipeg takes it back. Pionk headed up the ice. He gets it, passes it up. Jets dump it. Ooh, battle on the bottom boards. Little bit of a trip. Nothing that's going to be called, though. Shifley battling. St. Louis gets it right back out. Winnipeg looking. Shen passes it across. He gets it up the ice. 40 seconds. Turnover in the St. Louis zone. We're right now, so I'm tuning to you. Right on, brother. I appreciate it, man. I hope your Saturday, unfortunately at work, is still going well, buddy. We got 25 seconds to go in the second period. Winnipeg controlling. Low point. The shot goes. It hits bodies up high, down low. We got a big trip for Winnipeg, and they are going to call it. Again, a couple of things getting missed here and there, but for the most part, calls are being appropriately made. We're going to our fifth power play of the game. As Namastankov is trying to chase the puck into the corner. Stick gets between his skates. That's Letty who's going to the box for tripping. 13.8 seconds on the period. And now, after St. Louis started with the power play for the second period, Winnipeg is going to start with a power play to kick off the third. Oh, time's back up to 15.2. So they're going to have a minute 45 on the power play when we get back. Face-off win by St. Louis, which If you've seen the stats, you would have predicted it. 5 seconds to go. Can Winnipeg burst in, get the shot on net, and Bennington's going to glove it and toss it? And we are headed into second intermission. So far, Shifley. Oh, I just lost the names. Damn it, I had it all ready to go. Hang on. I had them all lined up. Iafallo, Lowry, Shifley, Niederreiter, Connor doing work. Their defensemen, DeMello and Shen, have been all right. Everybody else is kind of existing. Oh, let's see. Okay, wait. Before I look, I'm going to set the over-under since we checked a few minutes ago. I'm going to set the over-under at 72. Total hits. Wait. No, I'll set it at 75. We taking the over or the under? I'm thinking over. I'm thinking it's going to be closer to 80 hits total. Through 40 minutes of hockey. Insane. But yeah, I'll give you a second, Humpty. And then, Demi, if you want to take a shot at it. We checked a few minutes earlier at like 9.5 minutes to go in the second. St. Louis had 40 hits. Dude, I messed up on the line. I should have gone higher. I should have gone closer to like 90. The third will be brutal though, because yeah, I forgot that we checked at 9.5 minutes to go. So I'm gonna put the line, completely change it. The line is at 90 total hits. I'll let you take the over or under. Yeah, and I'll give you a second, Humpty, because I changed the line. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking we checked at like 3 minutes to go. You're gonna take under 90? Let's see. Good call. 75 was the right line. It ended up being 78. So I did set the line appropriately the first time. But you were right on both. Yes, sir. 50 or 48-30. You were close, but 48-30. At one point it was 40-24. So Winnipeg started hitting back a little bit. But yeah, face-offs right now are 24 out of 40 to St. Louis. That's 60%. St. Louis keeps winning the face-off. It'll definitely keep. All they got to do is win the face-offs in their territory. They'll be fine. I really thought block shots would be higher. I guess more incidental block shots versus actually getting in front of them. Mm. Blue setting bar high, yes sir. Oh, I forgot to hit. Where is it? They they're getting pucks up on Hellenbuck. And I said it earlier, and I'll say it again because I've been preaching it all year. Buzz the ears of the goalies. Stop trying to beat them under the glove when their glove is resting on their pad. Stop hitting the guy in the crest. If you've taken 20 shots and all of them have been on the ice and none of them have gone in, maybe stop trying to 5-hole the guy. Like, those are the things I've been screaming at about the Golden Knights all year. And what, 3 of the 5 goals, because there's the tip, at least 3, maybe 4 of the goals have been right past the ears. And so that's Hellebuck's kind of showing that's his weakness. That's what got Vegas against Dallas last year. Many times. Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. I have said this many times. Absolutely. But that's what got us against Dallas last year, was going right over the shoulder, especially up close. Absolutely. I mean, that plus I mean 82 games. I was here for probably 75 or more. Like, the biggest reason I say it over and over is because I notice it over and over, and that's what annoys me more than them not doing it, if that makes sense. Like, it annoys me that they'll get 3 goals in the upper corners, and then when it's, get to a shoot-off situation and no one goes high on the goalie. It's like, bro, you know how to beat them. What are you guys doing? Or like I said, vice versa. He keeps stopping us with his left pad, so stop trying to go left pad. And the guy's like, no. It's like, okay, fucker. I guess we're not playing that game then. Man, you keep saying that, and it's like, I said him once I know you're fucking with me, but I said him once in a group of goalies. But no, I actually got stuck watching the replay because it's the same thing I was saying earlier. Winnipeg is not getting bodies to the net. As they're starting to get pucks to the net, or they're starting to get pucks, getting hit off bodies in front of the crease, there's nobody there to pick up the loose puck. Over and over, Bennington has gotten hit in the crest, or he'll make the glove save and the puck drops out right in front of him. And he has the time to cover it or kick it off to the side. And if Winnipeg just keeps letting that happen, then, they're just wasting opportunity, essentially. Oh, fuck off. But yeah, it's, again, when Winnipeg got bodies to the net, good things happen. It's when Sheffley gets a lucky tip off a blue stick and a good tip off of Barron. You know what I mean? But watching the replays right now, Bennington is making great saves, but he is... Stop erasing your shit, pussy. I was going to be even meaner, but I don't really need to be. Everybody's going to see it forever and ever. "78 hits. It's great to see. I'm very curious to see the next game, though. I want to know if Landeskog is coming back. He played a couple games in the AHL. Here we go. Winnipeg lose. There's 20 minutes of hockey to go, and this is the playoffs. Ain't nothing out of question. Until I still hit my under. I mean, I don't think there's, or I know there's no way this game ends 3-2. Bet under 7.5. You're going to go under 7.5 for Colorado Dallas? Let's do a little research real quick. Let's see. I'm just going to look at Colorado and Dallas. 4-3 in overtime. Oh, and then it's being a bitch. Hang on. Because I'm curious. You said Atlanta's got to play first game at home. No way. It's possible, dude. That's my love, bro. Is that dumb? I'm looking right now because you got 7 the last time that Dallas and Colorado played. So let me do the typical research. I'm looking at the stars. Colorado overtime loss 4-3. So that was 4-3 overtime. So that's 7. Six-3 loss. That ain't good. Five-3 win. It's not looking good for you, brother. I mean, I don't think it's dumb, but it's going to be tight. You're going to be doing a lot of holding your breath and shit. So, 7.5 Colorado Dallas. We just got to make it back. Absolutely, 100% Humpty. Nothing but respect for the dude. I said, honestly, he's been like a lot of guys, like the same way I feel about like Ovechkin, where, look, man, I'm not necessarily a fan, but I got nothing but respect for all of it, for everything. 6.5, I am safe. 7.5, sounded safe as fuck. Well, I mean, to be honest, there's a reason it's 7.5. I mean, it's going to probably be Ottinger. I mean, Blackwood and Wedgwood for Colorado. You could literally plug and place. They're damn near the same goalie. Ottinger. Colorado knows how to score against Ottinger. That's the biggest thing. First time seeing playoffs. Yeah. It's Humpty, I'm with you, but at the same time, I just don't. I mean, the way anything could happen 100%, but the way they performed in big games this year, I don't see them struggling. Like, Colorado still had Gorgiev at the start of the season, right? So, when Wedgwood and Blackwood started cycling in and out, I mean, they're a great goalie pair. So I could see, like I said, I could see either one having fantastic playoffs. Plus, like I said, they're a good duo, so there will be rest. Not visible in chat here. Could only see it on your stream. To be honest with you, Swede, I have zero clue. Final score of the next game will be 3-1. To be honest, I see it being something like 5-3, 5-2. That's why the 7.5 is a little worrisome. I mean, Winnipeg takes the win 5-3. I'd pull for you on that one. That'd be cool to see. But yeah, sweet. Honestly, I have no idea, man. I really don't know how a lot of this works, so I wish I could tell you, but it's at the very least this game's ending 4-2 because if Winnipeg pulls Hellebuck, St. Louis is going to get the empty netter. So at the very least, it's going to end 4-2. I would love to see it go into overtime 3-3 or 4-4. Like that would be sweet. Um, except it would kind of kill my break between games. So if we could not go to overtime, that would be cool. And again, just a little heads up when this game ends, I'm hoping there's going to be about 10-15 minutes before the next game starts. Supposed to start at 5:30. Reality is it starts after this game. So hopefully there's a delay. If not, then we'll go right into it. But I'm going to end this stream and kick up the other stream. So if this one completely cuts out, the next stream will be live soon after. I mean, four goals in the third. I said I've seen lots. Yeah. See, Humpty, I'm thinking 3. I would prefer 4 because, like I said, I would like the game to end so I could take a little break before the next game starts. But playoff is such a different beast. It truly is, man. Like, my favorite example of, even though like hockey fans know the President Trophy curse, my favorite example to non-hockey fans of playoff hockey was the 23 finals when Boston set a record for the most points, got the President's Trophy, went up 3-0 against Florida, and then got reverse swept by the Panthers. That is my favorite example of playoff hockey to non-hockey fans. What the most said? Hey, cheers to that, Swede. I'll take that as 100% compliment. Got to give it up for my brothers with the stash. They'll always activate third period. Absolutely. Like 3 in the third. There is good bet for third. See, that's where I'm at, Humpty. I said you're either going to end up with St. Louis scoring again and then getting an empty netter, or the Jets scoring again and a tie, which I really don't see it being a 3-3 tie. I just don't. Oh. Reset that. But dude, like I said, I just something's gonna be Bennington. I have that feeling, but I think St. Louis is gonna score again. So I do, as much as I would love to say, hey, Winnipeg's gonna come back. I just see it being a 5-3 game for St. Louis. They lose today. They're in shambles. Yeah. Dude, all they got to do is look at the basic stats and realize that they spent the entire. I mean, unless they come out playing physical here, they're going to look at this game and say, bro, we got our asses kicked. And if they don't adjust this period, then they're going to have to adjust next game. If they don't do that, they're in trouble. Because then they're just going to get bullied for the rest of the series. And like I said, Winnipeg has been to the playoffs, but they're always burnt out by now. Come back to that winning. Hey, you've been right before, brother. I ain't arguing against you. You know that. Especially now that you're officially on a one out of one streak. All right, we got an offsides on Winnipeg. Again, they're coming back in on a playoff or power play. Yeah, no, dude, this has been, since Vegas isn't playing, this has been so fun to watch. I'm so happy we didn't get St. Louis for the first round. Because we would be getting our asses handed to us. Winnipeg cutting up. They got a minute left on the power play. Low wall, low point, high point, looking. High dot. Down low, baseline, back to the high wall, midpoint. Low dot. Low baseline, across to the high dot. Bennington gets the save. Puck is still getting fished around for. Iafallo was fucking digging for gold looking for the puck, but Bennington's gonna get the save. Dude, that, who is that? Is that Connor? Hang on. I couldn't see the number. No, Connor took the shot. It was either Perfetti or Connor. Oh, no, Connor took the shot, so it was Perfetti. He took the puck down at the baseline to Bennington's right and swooped around like he was trying to stuff it. Ends up hitting Connor on the high dot. And just a great save. But again, Bennington dropped the puck. He makes the save, but he's dropping rebounds right out in front of him. He was Bruins head coach last year. Dude, there's like 90 things in hockey from last year that I can't believe. And like a third of them have to do with the Boston Bruins, you know? Ooh, puck down low, trying to stuff it in. Good defense up close to the post, and the swing and miss. Perfetti couldn't get the tip. Puck raced across the crease. Connor diving in, low dot, shoots. Bennington gets the save. Connor is just itching from that high dot. I'm sure. I mean, the puck bounced, but Perfetti's got to get a stick on that puck, on that tip. Jets almost come away with it, just out of reach. They're fighting for it, though. Winnipeg gets it up to the point, midpoint. Low dot shot, and it is out of play. That was Appleton getting a quick spinning shot from the low dot. But again, Bennington is looking, oh yeah. Dude, Bennington is looking like a wall, and his defense is helping him. Like, the Jets are not getting in front of the net, but St. Louis is getting in front of their own net. The one time they didn't, Barron got that tip and gave Winnipeg their second goal. Jets keep it in, dump it down low. Back to the high point. High wall. Loses it. Jets trying to clear. They don't. Puck ends up behind Bennington. Fighting for it. St. Louis digs it out. Avoids a massive hit from Appleton. That would have hurt. Busting up. St. Louis carry breaking away. I definitely said his name wrong. Yes, sir, Humpty. That's exactly how I would describe it. Is it Cowrie? I can't remember now. Number 25 for St. Louis, just breaking up ice. Gets hooked. And we have a St. Louis power play. What's the name here? Sandberg for the hook. Kyrou. I know that, man. I keep messing it up, but I know that. St. Louis power play. Blues come away with the puck. Low point, low wall. Taking it down to the corner. Big hit. Borderline boarding, but got him twisted. Blues swinging a miss as he takes it in the high corner. Puck not cleared. Now Winnipeg has it. Going up the ice. He's going to dump it deep. Jets go for a change. Blues resetting. Across the red line. Into the zone. High wall. Good stick. Gets in the way. Puck up, makes it all the way across, though. Up into the high corner. Big body. Another borderline boarding. I thought it was a great hit. Big shot. Hit somebody out high. Goes wide. 64 for the Jets. Is hurt. Blues still controlling. High dot. Looking. Waiting. All the way across. Low dot. Gets it down low. Everybody misses it. Puck back to the point. Low dot. Point. High dot. Looking. All the way across. It doesn't make it. Jets get it and they clear it down. We'll see. 40 seconds left on the Blues power play. Iafallo got dumped again, apparently. Oh, it looks like we may be going 4-on-4 for 35 seconds as the camera cuts to Iafallo just laid out on the ice. He got laid out down low earlier. But let's see what happened here. This was a good hit, in my opinion. It's not on the numbers. It's in the shoulder. Hits him hard into the boards. I thought that was a perfectly fine hit. This is a bullshit hit coming for St. Louis, and that is absolutely Bolduc getting a penalty for a cross check. Right to the kidney, dude. That's the kind of shit that I don't like to see. I promise you, bruised kidneys, lacerated kidneys. I fucked up snowboarding a while back. That stuff hurts. It hurts a lot. Not really necessarily that it hurts a lot, but you piss blood and it's horrifying and you're really uncomfortable and you got to be careful what you drink and shit. Got to make sure you don't sleep on your side, stuff like that. Lowry went and at least got a little cross-check back. But 4-on-4 for 38 seconds, just over 4 minutes in to the third period of Game 1. Shots are 19-15, Winnipeg. Blues winning 3-2. St. Louis gets it. Across the red, into the zone. Borderline, Kyrou dances with it, looking, shakes, goes around the net. All the way back up to the point. Misses everybody with the pass, and the Blues have to reset. 15 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Kyrou right back in. Storming low dot and kick save by Hellebuyck. St. Louis is going to dump it deep. Hellebuyck slows it down. Winnipeg controls behind the net as St. Louis retreats. Going for the change as the Jets now 1:20 to go on the power play. How many total hits? I'll go 110. Wait, we were at 78? I'll go 110. I feel like they're going to crank up a little bit. Minute left to go on the Jets power play as Morrissey resets from behind his own net. Connor making his way across the red line. Leaves it back. Perfetti. Gets it to Scheifele. Looks like he was tripped down. No call. Scheifele behind the net. Looking for a place to go. Up to the high point. Low point. High point. He's looking. High wall just past the dot. Shaking. Low corner. High dot. Midpoint. Right back to the high dot. Looking to get it through and the puck goes back. 120. Not bad. I like the idea of going higher because shit is definitely ramping up. Quick pass does not connect all the way across. Winnipeg still has it. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Shot at the high dot. Puck shot. Miss. Puck's going to end up all the way out. Does not catch him as he breaks out of the penalty box. Who was that? Bolduc. I knew that. We just called him out for the penalty. I'd like to say I've got the memory of a goldfish, but that is rather insulting to goldfish. And I would feel very rude insulting whatever fish I was just talking about. Puck all the way up the ice. Winnipeg's going to end up with it. Oh, it's going to be a battle into the corner. He's unable to control the puck. Blues get there. Any bullets? Hey, I appreciate you, Humpty. Battle along the wall. Back right behind Hellebuck. Puck comes loose. Tripping and falling and stumbling. Winnipeg trying to get it up the high boards. They do. Appleton looking to get it out. Good stick by St. Louis, but he chucks it right back out. Niederreiter. Nemistanenkov down low. St. Louis just putting weight on him. Puck does not get back down low. St. Louis heading the other way. That's going to be offsides. It's got to be. And it is. Hellebuck slows it down. Shen looking to make his way up the ice. Goes high wall. Passes tipped, and it's going to be offsides as they try to break into the zone along the high wall. That little bit of stoppage caught Tanev up just enough to slow the puck down. 12:23 to go in the third. St. Louis 3-2 in Winnipeg. By all accounts, upsetting the home team. It's a little quiet trying to get back in it. They need something big. They needed to score on that power play. That's what they really needed. So now they need to hope they get another opportunity on the power play and then they can score. Bennington is just a brick wall. And like I said, the guys in front of them have been amazing. But I have two tips. After as much hockey as we watched, I have two things to say to Winnipeg. And I know. Who the fuck are you? I'm Tim. But I'm also somebody who's never lost a game from this chair. So I will say my opinions as useless as some may find them. Winnipeg needs to start hitting people and stop playing like they're scared. Because a handful of turnovers are happening because they're trying to avoid the hits instead of staying through the play. Which I don't blame them for. I'd be ducking out of the way too. That being said, they need to start hitting people. They need to stop being afraid of hits. Or at least stop being afraid of like half the hits. And then they need to get bodies in front of the net. It's kind of annoying watching Bennington leaving pucks. I mean, all of his rebounds are right in front of him. He is having a horrific time trying to keep pucks in his glove. He cannot catch them off the crest. They are falling right in front of him, and there isn't a blue jersey within 10 feet to try and get it on net. Big shot from Lowry gets stopped by Bennington there. See, like he is playing phenomenal, but all these rebounds need to have follow-ups, and Winnipeg's way too one and done. That's going to need ice bats after this one. Hell yeah, they are, man. They are getting beat to hell. I'm making sure I don't look out the hits just to make sure we keep it fair. Up the high wall, Winnipeg keeps it in, throws it down low, bouncing puck. Bennington's able to kick it away. Appleton from the high dot, unable to connect with that shot. Winnipeg still keeps it in. Puck down low to Bennington. He's going to backhand it around to Fakla. I can't remember who that is. I have the wrong team up. Forgive me. Falk. I knew I was close. Winnipeg trying to get out of the zones. Blues are just crashing down on them. Connor taking a hit after the pass. That's the rule for St. Louis, and it has been all game. I don't care who you hit. I don't care when you hit them. Just fucking hit them. Oh, it's funny because I'm actually being good, and normally I would probably peak, but I'm actually being good. I just need my cheat sheet for the box scores. And Winnipeg just tied it up. I follow up front. What I say, pucks to the net, bodies to the net. Iafallo 3 feet away from Hellebuyck, stuffs it past him on the loose puck. And Winnipeg finally figures out how to listen to a random man sitting in his room bitching about hockey. Connor just kicks it around. Scheifele's looking. Iafallo's just dancing around up front. Scheifele gets the puck up towards Bennington, but Bennington, it kicks right off of Bennington right to Iafallo. And Iafallo kicks it over. Like, it's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Alex Iafallo with the assist from Scheifele and Connor. Dude, it is insane, actually, how that's the perfect example of everything bouncing off Bennington is going right to a playable spot in front of the net. And if Winnipeg had a body there, they would score. And what do you freaking know? St. Louis gets it deep behind Hellebuyck. Winnipeg working their way up. Turnover through the neutral zone as it's lost at the red line. St. Louis trying to head right back. Storming in, trying to kick it towards the net. Goes high wide. Battle on the low board in the Winnipeg zone. Everybody's looking for it. It comes out, still battling. Winnipeg's going to get it. And they barely, but do get it out. Winnipeg dumping it deep into the St. Louis zone and going for a change. Blues, stretch pass into the zone. Good job staying on side. Got to give it up for 71 and 70 for St. Louis. Who are these guys? Sundqvist and Joseph. They have been, I have seen those two numbers creating opportunities, battling for pucks, winning battles on the boards all game. Oh. Monitor's officially screwed. Yes, sir. It actually is, unfortunately. So now you need Winnipeg to come back and drop one. Again, at the very least, this game should not end in a 1-goal game. What do you mean? This game has to end? Oh, wait, yeah. No, only one more goal. Wait, you took 6 in this game, right? 7.5 in the other? Puck down in St. Louis zone. St. Louis is going to, they're going to buy some space, get some changes in from their own zone. Cross neutral, tipped in. Hellebuyck to play it. Sends it to the high wall. Jets have it out of the zone. Into St. Louis territory all the way across. Connor throws it at the net, fought off by Bennington. St. Louis is going to turn around and head right back the other way. Blues cross the red into the zone, giving him space. He makes it all the way into the dots. Neighbors pokes it to the point, sends it around, hard angle. I don't know if he was trying to go off a body or what. Everybody's done for. Okay. Gonna be trying to check in on the Colorado-Dallas game, see how long we're gonna be delayed. Big shot from the low dots, kept it low. Bennington shutting down the pads. High dot, shot goes wide of the net. Dancing down low, Niederreiter has it. Shot from the defenseman, ends up hitting a body on the low dot. Back behind, a quick tip goes wide. St. Louis struggling to get it out of their zone. And finally, they head out, dump it deep. Wholesale, almost a wholesale change. Dude was way offsides. Or I don't know if he was way offsides, but they called him offsides. It was delayed offsides, and he went and smashed the shit out of old boy. 26 for St. Louis. Walker. I mean, apparently he was offsides. The delay offside was called, and he did not give a damn. I want to say it might have been Morrissey hit. I'm not sure, but damn. Old boy took a whooping. Let me see. Again, we should have a delay for the other game. I'm going to take a quick look and see. I can. Oh, yeah. Is it going to be crappy and not play? Yep. Figured. All right. It's not actually what I wanted to do there. Let's see. All right. Got to figure out where I can find. Ooh. Yeah, that one. Audio's working in the other game. Just waiting to see if they have a countdown timer for it. Landeskog is in. Yeah, right, sweet. It's looking like Landeskog has been listed as being active against Dallas tonight. Not breaking news. It's not a guarantee, but from what I just saw when I clicked on the other game, that's what it's looking like. Winnipeg up the ice, gets it deep. Bennington to play it. Don't fumble. He does not. St. Louis gets it back out of the zone, back to Winnipeg. Jets resetting. Get it right back deep into the zone. Right, Swede? Like I said, that's a dude that I've got, like, never been a fan, never not been a fan. Like, one of those guys I'd probably love if he was on my team, but all the stuff he's battled through the injuries and everything, through everything. Shout out to Landeskog. I hope Colorado has their captain tonight, man, because that would be awesome. Jets cross the red into St. Louis zone off a skate. Very well played. Connor looking, man. Shifley just got taken down hard along the boards. Looked like it might have been, it was unnecessary, but nothing too surprising about it, I guess. Morrissey looking. Gets it below the net. Right back out to Iafallo, but St. Louis with good sticks. Oh, asleep now. It's like, oh, yeah. Let's go this again. Right on, Swede. Well, shoot, man. We're going to be here for all the playoff games. So, if you got nothing to do for the New Jersey-Carolina game, I'll be right here again, man. But live in Sweden is 2:35. Oh, man. Well, yeah, go get some sleep, buddy. I appreciate you joining me for this one. But like I said, if you got nothing going on tomorrow, a little bit earlier, we got 3 games. So hopefully, if you got some time, buddy, would love to see you back to hang out a little bit. But it's honestly pretty sweet that you're stopping in from Sweden, man. So that's just cool in itself, buddy. See you tomorrow. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow, sweet. Have a good night, buddy. Get some sleep. I gotta find the charger for my keyboard real quick. There we go. All set. And what an exciting opener, man. Perhaps some ground beef for taco meat, but I'm still here, y'all. Hey, Jesus, man. Nothing but love and appreciation for you, brother. I actually, right before we got done, I just smoked up about 4 pounds of chicken breast. And then I still got probably a rack and a half worth of ribs in the fridge. And I am looking very forward to just smashing a little bit of both of those. Some chicken and rice with a couple of ribs. I got to be kind of sparing on my ground beef because I'm going to smoke up a couple meatloafs in a couple days. Just ground beef with what I was doing because I'm not a big carb eater. So it's basically rice or potatoes. So what I was doing was cooking up like 3 or 4 pounds of ground beef, getting a bunch of the like McCormick or the Traeger or the Kinder or whatever taco seasoning. Just dumping a bunch in there, making up like I said, 3 or 4 pounds of taco meat, and then just putting it on a couple of baked potatoes, and that was dinner for like a month. Face off to the right of Hellebuck. Winnipeg comes away with it. Gonna get it out, but St. Louis sends it right back in. Hellebuck out of the goal to slow it down. It's always risky when they do that stuff, especially when it's not necessary. 3-on-2 if they hurry. All the way across. Lowry catches the puck in the skate from Appleton. Had him going, but the pass is behind him. Jets resetting from their own zone across the red line. Trips on the blue line as he heads into the zone. Who is that? Winnipeg, 73, Tanev. That big old scary blue line. Battle for Winnipeg to get it out of the zone. But St. Louis has it. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Shots at 24-16 Winnipeg. St. Louis not having a lot of opportunities in the third period as the Jets bring it back to tie it at 3. St. Louis resetting again. Neutral. Good stick. Knocks the puck away from Neighbors, but Blues reset. Big pressure. Iafallo just being a net. St. Louis does get it in. They get it deep. Hellebuck to play it. He swings it. He misses. He has to try again. Gets it up the low wall, but the Blues recover the puck. However, they're not able to do much as the Jets come right back out of the zone. Dump it deep, and Scheifele gets it in the low corner. Tries to get it up the ice to the point, but St. Louis is going to come away with it as they knock Scheifele to the ground. But the Blues end up icing it immediately, and we got a face-off in front of Bennington. 3:01 to go in the third. Shot still 24-16. Winnipeg 3-3 is the score. That was just a big hit down low that put Scheifele down. Little bit of extra hip action, possible little extra trip action. Doesn't matter. Blues get it out. Can't get it past the neutral zone. Just Joseph bodying DeMello at the line. DeMello ends up sitting on it, and he's going to freeze the puck. Face off at neutral. Whoo! the good news is if it ends up being overtime, we'll get the game starting for intermission for Dallas and Colorado. But we'll have to end this stream and go over to the Colorado Dallas stream. Just know, y'all, once that game starts up, I don't know how I plan on doing it. If we go to overtime, since there's an intermission for playoffs, I'm gonna end this stream and go over to that stream. So we'll watch the first period in overtime in alternating fashion. Or should I? I don't know how to do it actually. 2:15 to go. Puck bouncing around behind Hellenbuck. Tipped in. Bennington plays it around. Blues misplay it. Goes over Appleton. Lowry looking. Gets it back down to Appleton. Up to the point. Morrissey looking. Pass gets cut off. But after a little back and forth, St. Louis sends it the length of the ice. We got an icing. Minute 44 to go in the third. Still no new shots, but the face-off is in Blues territory in front of Bennington. Perfetti absolutely got away with the tripping right there. Absolutely just got away with the tripping right there. Jets win the faceoff. Morrissey looking, gets it down the low wall. Circling back. Scheifele. Connor scores! The Jets go up 4-3 with just over a minute to go in the game. With a great shot just south of the high dot. Big. Kyle Connor getting the goal he deserves. Been close all game. Scheifele circles up that wall. Catches Connor just sitting on the dot. One man to beat. Blows it by him, and Bennington just had no shot. I told you at some point the Jets are going to beat Bennington, and they just did. What a goal. Getting the other game up now. Minute 30 to go. Look for Bennington to be pulled as soon as possible to get the extra man in. All right, we're still at commercial for the other game. There goes Bennington to the bench. St. Louis from their own zone trying to get up. Cross the red, dump it deep. 6 men in the zone looking. St. Louis can't control. Puck underneath Hellenbuck. Freezing. St. Louis gets it free up on the high wall. Jets are going to get it. 2-on-1. Shoots. No icing, but followed up by Lowry off of the back wall. And as I said, there's no way this game ends a 1-goal game because of the empty netter. Winnipeg comes back from the 1-0, comes back from the 3-2, and goes up 5-3 in game 1 in Winnipeg. No overtime in this house, fellas. All right, so when this game ends, I'm going to fairly quickly end this stream. I've got to reset everything to be ready for Colorado Dallas, and then I'm going to start the other one back up. If it's like I said, if they're taking 10 minutes or something, then I'll start it up as it gets closer to game time. Morrissey battling, dude. There's still a battle going on, and we've got a hand pass There is no give up in St. Louis. This is the playoffs, baby. We don't quit. Go up 7-3. We'll still pull our goalie. Face off in neutral. 41 seconds to go in the third. Winnipeg with the 2-goal lead. Da 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 da. We gotta wait till the game's once it's over. I'll check. Oh, there we go, and that's why, because the hits are still coming. St. Louis ain't gonna slow down. I guarantee it. St. Louis still looking high dot, throwing the puck as much as they can. We're at 20 seconds. Winnipeg at the empty net, and we got an icing. We got another face-off, and there it is. Tempers boiling over. Neighbors ripping off helmets. That should be penalties. That should be big trouble for Neighbors. And now Iafallo's in it. Shifley's in it. Or Shifley. Connor. Pionk. Everybody is getting involved. We knew it was coming, and here it is. Yep, Sandberg getting involved. Everybody on the ice getting involved. And as far as I know, that was a St. Louis problem. But let's see if we get a replay. 18.6 seconds after the St. Louis icing. But there should be a couple of penalties. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends 4-on-4. Blatant tripping by Shifley with a no call. So dude just went and took another dude went and took a run at Pionk. Shen for St. Louis just out there causing problems. Shifley decided to hang on to him, and oh no, okay. We got a mutual disrespect problem. That's a mutual combat situation right there. Damn, bro. Neighbors for St. Louis stepping up to Iafallo and shoving him just to get his ass kicked. No punches thrown because no punch is necessary. Iafallo just handled him like you would wrestle a kid, which you should not do. PSA. Unless it's your kid. I'm going to stop doing that now. All right, we're going to hear, well, y'all are going to hear what's going on. I got no audio, so I can't hear shit. Checking in on the other game real quick. They are getting close. Okay, so I can't hear anything, but dude's doing this over and over again. So he's out of fingers trying to keep track of all the penalties. So I would assume there are, like I said, we're going to end this game 3-on-3 with like the fucking equipment managers having to put on jerseys so that they can still have people in the box. There we go. Face off. Just, you get a misconduct. You get a misconduct. Everybody gets a misconduct. And they're going to be going at it again. I guarantee it. Cameraman, get over there. There it is. It's playoff season, fellas. Let's go. I definitely need more water. More guys headed back. 2.5 seconds early for a shower. Joseph and Walker just decided, dude, we're doing this. I don't care if you want to or not, because we are. I will say, St. Louis, clean up your shit. You got your ass kicked this time. Both sides have a couple of things to bitch about. Both sides have a couple of things to be embarrassed about. Get done with this game. You lost. Better luck next time. Stop with the petty bullshit penalties. Let's go. Let the game end. Good Lord. All righty. And we are done. That is a win. Game 1 goes to Winnipeg in Winnipeg. So I am going to do everything I can right now to bust ass and get back here for the next game. So we are going to wrap this one up. Everybody, I appreciate you for stopping by. Much love. Thank you. We are going. I just learned with YouTube, until I hit a certain number somewhere, I can't actually like raid my own stream. So I have to end this one. I'm going to start up the Dallas and Colorado one as soon as it looks like the game's going to start, which should be soon. So I'm going to rush. I'm going to get that done, and we're going to come back for game number 2 tonight, just Colorado and Dallas. So I will see you guys back here in a few minutes.